Welcome back. She's Jenna Harner. I'm Kevin Case. And Jenna, I got to watch a fantastic basketball game tonight.
Yes, you did. We have lots of fantastic ones on slate, but I think you're talking about the rematch of last year's boys Class AA sectional final.
Yeah, that's right, Jenna. I am. The Horseheads boys hosted Elmira at Horseheads Middle School. And this one was a good one. That one right there. Jenna, this game had everything, including great pregame handshakes, which I know you love, and a ton of fans from both schools. We begin first quarter. Elmira starts fast. Quentin Ellis finds Notre who steps back and buries this three. The Express began the game on an 8-0 run. The Blue Raiders, they would battle back in the second quarter. Here an almost turnover turns into an open three for Mike Lemoncelli, and that kid can shoot it. That gave Horseheads its first lead of the game, but at the half it was Elmira that led by 1. After the break, more crazy momentum swings. Notre here makes the steal. Watch him eat this contact and still score the bucket. That basket was part of an Elmira streak that gave them a 9-point lead in the third quarter. But back came Horseheads again, still in the third. Mike Lemoncelli with the pretty pass to Andrew Clark for 2. That tied the game at 40. And this one went down to the wire. Fourth quarter now, just more than a minute to play. Horseheads up 1, but not for long. Great steal by Quentin Ellis. He gets fouled, and he would hit 2 free throws, which would give Elmira a 54-53 lead. And the Express wouldn't give that lead up. Elmira wins the rematch of last year's sectional final, beating Horseheads by the final of 58-53.
Then it was east to Waverly, the Wolverines hosting Tioga, and the cheerleaders, they were getting the crowd pumped up in this one. Gavin Judson on the move for Waverly. The long ball to John Ward, behind the back to Zach Van Houten. Beautiful passing by the Wolverines, and they were up early. Hunter Bodine, he was taking it up the court, though, for the Wolverines. Just check out those moves. Out to Judson for the money ball. Hits that one, no problem. Waverly with an 11-2 lead in the first. But then it was the Tigers' turn to answer. Nick Klossner here. He's just doing things all by himself. Takes this one with the step back drainer. That's just composure to a T. He cut Waverly's lead to 8. Bodine again for the Wolverines. The underneath pass doesn't go. Neither does the bounce pass out. So what do? They find Judson wide open for the 3. Kid didn't miss from that spot all night long. Then it was Klossner again for Tioga. Kev, this is the same thing. He doesn't flinch in the face of pressure. Waverly, though, they still held a 9-point lead, and then they just kept pouring it on from there. Bodine out to Ward for the 3. Boom. Waverly, they cruised to the win, 62-38.
All right, now we came back a little closer to home. Another ISC matchup, though, this one between Edison and Watkins Glen. Early on, Edison working on the passing game here, Jenna. Nate Chorney eventually going to be on the end of all these passes. He puts up the 3, knocks it down. Spartans with the first points in this one. They had the early lead. But Watkins Glen, they would answer right back. A little bit later, they worked the ball around the arc, too, and it's Maxwell Shkamizi with the long 2 for the Senecas. That makes it a 1-point game. A little later, Edison turning up the tempo here. Fast break. It's Nate Chorney racing down the floor. Beautiful pass there to Terrell Gardner, who goes under the basket with the one-hander. Spartans still holding on to their lead, and these two teams will go back and forth all game long. Michael Doan off the screen. He fires and makes that one. Edison's still up by 2 at this point. And you're going to find a common theme with Edison here, Jenna. It's Terrell Gardner and Nate Chorney in this highlight. Gardner to Chorney here. Spartans now with a 5-point lead. But as I said, Seneca's keeping this one close. Watkins Glen and Edison really battling. Connor Celiayon going to go coast to coast here on the layup with the fast break. Edison leading by just 2 at this point. This one was close throughout, but Edison and Nate Chorney eventually get it done. Edison goes on to top Watkins Glen by the final of 46-42.
And for the final matchup of the night, Notre Dame versus Newark Valley. Kev, the fans love Pat Brown, and you'll see why in this highlight. Cardinals with the ball in the second half. Chad Wright driving in, but Ben Cook with the denial. The Crusaders love the block game. This is 2 in a row for them now.
We've had a lot of blocks in the last 7 days.
We have. We're lucky. Cardinals, Aaron Gorsline puts up the 3. No dice there. Gary Raupers for Notre Dame on the rebound. He gets stripped. Gorsline ends up making it count, though, here. Watch this on the putback. The Crusaders were up by 6. Little bit of contact here, though. No call. The drive, the strip, and the fast break for Notre Dame. Derek Stark, he is going to take this one all the way to the house. Notre Dame was up by 10, 33-23. And then the press from Notre Dame. Cardinals turn the ball over. Kyrese Fisher eventually gets this one. He's going to throw it over to his pal Derek Stark, who finds Pat Brown, and he hits this one from downtown. Kids living up to his nickname. He would do so in the next play, too. Crusaders on the inbound. Gary Raupers finds Pat Brown wide open. He plants, shoots, scores. They call him Downtown Pat Brown Kev for a reason.
It's a nice, got a little rhyme action there.
I like it. Notre Dame, they went on to win their 5th straight, 57-42. And in some other boys Section 4 action, Corning earned a convincing win over Union Endicott. Jason Rodriguez had 16 for the Hawks, and Brendan Walker tallied 15. And Spencer Van Etten, they beat Odessa Montour 44-36 on the evening. Chiosano and Newell both had 11 points for the Eagles.
And in girls scores, just one score for you. Waverly girls also took down Tioga. The Wolverines won that one by the final of 60-22.